We are so happy to have you. I think oftentimes we sit and associate Valentine's Day with a romantic partner, a romantic dynamic, when there are so many other relationships within our lives to appreciate and feel love from and get love from and create those secure attachments that we need and that we deserve and that we crave, such as friendships. And so Yvette and I have a very also lovely friendship that I am so thankful for. And so here's your reminder that number one, I'm not romantically with anyone. I mean, I have, my boyfriend, Jacques, over here, Mousy, which is Yvette's puppy, who he's the cutest thing ever. So me and Mousy are in a very dedicated relationship. There are a few vampires who don't know that I exist yet, and we are in, I have a lot of,
you're betrothed.
I have a lot of fictional character relationships that I'm in that they're not aware of me yet. But anyways, I am very dedicated to those. But apart from that, I don't like dating life. Not a thing for me. But I do, yet, because we're in the best possible timeline. So welcome to the best possible timeline with your girlfriends, Yvette and Maddie. Welcome here with us, where it is safe and where we appreciate relationships outside of romantic ones, because there is so much more outside of that. But it's not to invalidate what you crave out of a romantic relationship. I'm not sitting here saying it's not normal to crave that, because it is 100% totally normal. I just want you to see that there could be so many other relationships, co-workers, pets, our family, our friends, that it doesn't have to be someone you are romantically involved with. So anyways,
there's all this pressure on Valentine's Day to make grand gestures of love, and it can be really fun to do that for someone who isn't your romantic partner. I used to do that for my mom. That was really fun when I didn't have a Valentine. I remember one year I did chocolate dipped strawberries for her and got her roses, and then came over totally unannounced, big surprise, and she was...
Well, now I have expectations for what you're going to do for me. And if you don't, we're done. I'm breaking up with you.
Okay. Go get strawberries.
Okay.
That'd be fun.
I like chocolate chips in my pancakes, and like to keep a lot of fresh fruit around.
I've heard this.
So just write it down so you don't forget.
Okay.
Anyway.
Right. It could be fun. And then, since my mother passed away, my new go-to Valentine has been Jacques. And I will cook a ridiculous meal.
Her sweet puppy.
For my dog. Literally, we've had filet mignon on Valentine's Day before.
Jacques. This guy lives quite the life. He lives quite the life.
He's very food motivated and oriented. That's how we got the nickname Mouse.
Sweet Mousy.
Yeah.
We love Mousy. Such a cutie. Yeah, there's lots of pressures within society on Valentine's Day. Now, for me, I grew up with Valentine's Day as being, well, I come from a split household. My parents divorced when I was 7-8 years old. And I also grew up working in and out of a flower shop throughout my life. And if you've ever worked in a flower shop on Valentine's Day, you'll think, okay, Valentine's Day is a card money making holiday, along with a chocolate money making holiday and flowers, but also the horror stories that you would not believe of men vice versa. Anyways,
so it'll be like Dear Agnes.
Yeah, and it's who the fuck is Agnes? Yeah,
that's hilarious.
What do you fucking know? Who is she? Do you know what I'm talking about? Do you know the movie The Wolf of Wall Street with Margot Robbie when she's like, when he's like, whoa, whoa, and she's like, whoa, whoa, what do you fucking know? Who is she? Anyways, so my mom was just never a Valentine's Day girl, and so I was never into Valentine's Day. Although we're gonna get into how Yvette and I have shared a very special Valentine, super, super special. But one time, my first like real boyfriend, I want to say, when I was in middle school, he called me on Valentine's Day. He called me.
Sorry.
Was it out? Or was
it getting there?
Okay, it's okay. Sometimes it just be like that. And also,
channel flag.
Also, you're welcome. You're welcome. See what I did for you? Happy Valentine's Day.
Is that why you convinced me to wear this?
Yes, I did. But my boyfriend calls me on Valentine's Day and he's crying. He's crying. And I'm like, oh, what in the world? And he's crying. He's like, I cheated on you. He's like, I've been at my ex-girlfriend's house and I've cheated on you.
On Valentine's Day.
Yeah. And he's bawling and I'm like, it's okay. Shh, it's okay. Like this fool was out cheating on me while I'm having a panic attack crying at home. And then he comes out of having a good grand time, I'm sure. And then he's like, wham, crocodile tears. I cheated, bad llama. And I'm like, it's okay. I'm so sorry that you're feeling this heaviness. I'm sorry. Anyway, so that was my first Valentine's Day that I can remember that I just wanted to share before we get into it.
That's a terrible story.
Yeah, terrible story. Yvette doesn't like my story times because they're usually tragic and not too positive.
Seriously.
But,
it's okay. We're upping Maddie's standards. It's their best possible time.
We are, because this last one was just too good.
And we're not consoling people when they do the bad thing anymore.
No, we're not. And listen, Maddie has worked really hard. Like, I've worked really hard. I'm in therapy. I'm working really hard. Yeah. Listen, Yvette can't talk much because so the past 2 Valentine's Days
we've spent with the same
guy.
Yeah.
And
funny story. So he was Maddie's Valentine last year.
Okay.
And my Valentine the year before that. And Maddie and I are both big flower people, and a lot of people don't
Big
like
flower people. Like, no, our flowers have standards.
And she got like gorgeous flowers last Valentine's Day. Do you remember that? They were epic.
I got it.
Me. Roses.
Did you?
You got me roses. They were
Did
beautiful.
I?
Yeah.
Oh my god, I don't even remember.
I got like 3 bouquets of roses last year. It was weird. Yours were the most beautiful though.
It sounds like something that I would do.
Yeah.
I love giving flowers, so anytime that I can give
She
flowers,
doesn't.
I do it. I'm a flower whore.
Yeah.
But that was so sweet of me. I'm glad that I did that for you. Meanwhile, I got the shittiest flowers of my life.
Okay.
And listen, we're not just, it may sound like we're just being snobby, but if you even knew this creature, we're not even going to, like. So anyways, this is how, so good carnations even. Not even good carnations. Mine weren't
Definitely
even,
like Safeway.
mine weren't even bloomed. No, I've seen beautiful carnations at Safeway. Mine weren't even bloomed yet.
Yeah, most of mine were, half of mine were closed, half of them were open.
Mine were the shittiest carnations I've ever seen in my life. Listen,
What color were they?
Mine were red.
Mine too.
Visible. So anyways, it's not even, listen, it's not about like, oh, some people might only, it's the thought that counts. This guy had no good thoughts, no good actions, nothing.
I mean, how much thought could there be if he just buys red carnations for everyone?
Yeah, but some people are gonna say you guys are just going hard on this guy. No, it's not. You don't even know the fourth. You just don't even know. You don't know any of it. But listen,
and a cheater, and
who knows? Who knows? Narcissist. So,
and you know about me and my like lying. I just
it doesn't make the cut. So, anyways, by the way, carnations and roses, you can get cheap roses at Safeway for like amazing roses at Safeway for very, very cheap, not far off what you can get for carnations. So don't even tell me like
it's like he wanted us to know that we weren't worth roses. It's like game theory.
we weren't worth it. Like I didn't put thought. I didn't care. Like I know you women love, and we're two people that love roses.
A lot of people don't like
A
roses.
lot of people don't like flowers or roses.
We love roses.
I buy myself roses every week. I literally buy myself roses every week of my life. I love flowers. Love them. So it was so, I felt so unseen and unheard. And I had been with this person for a while at this point. Like
6 months.
Like 6+ months.
Yeah.
And how long had you guys been together when he did that? Like the same? No.
Like a month. Like a month.
At least mine was 6. At least yours was a month. Mine was 6 months. So
Yeah. We didn't even last 6 months.
So, anyways, Yvette's the best thing that has ever come from out of online dating. She's the best boyfriend I've ever had.
We have
Because
so much fun together.
so this person Yvette met through online dating, and that is how Yvette and I met, because I knew him personally in real
I met
life.
Grace first.
Yeah, Yvette met Grace first, and that's how we I knew of her. And then when he started to be in this dynamic with Yvette,
That's when I met Grace.
that's when he met. That's when Yvette met Grace, and then Yvette and him got out of their dynamic, and I was the next girl in line. Yeah. So once she got rid of the creature, I was there. But this was someone that I had known for years. We have mutual friends. It was someone that I had known. So, then we spent Valentine's Day together, and it sounds like your Valentine's Day. We did have a little differently. We got the same flowers.
But he dressed up for you.
He dressed up for me. He put on a suit for me, showed up at my door.
You wore a Deadpool onesie for me.
And I got the Deadpool onesie multiple times. He came over to
Just
my
not
house,
on Valentine's
but just not on Valentine's Day, no. But he did wear the suit. He did wear the suit.
But he didn't take you anywhere.
No, he didn't take me anywhere, because that's the thing. He never took me anywhere. We never went out in public. We had been doing whatever we were doing in this. No, we were dating. At certain points, we were in just certain dynamics. So we had been like over a year doing whatever we'd been doing.
And you went on like one date for your birthday.
Yeah, but for my birthday, literally died. I was listening to the soundtrack of someone dying every day, in and out,
spinal fluid
while my spinal fluid is leaking. I could not turn on my TV.
The horrific operation like that.
That didn't go well. It was awful. I could not. It was during COVID time, so no one but my sister could come see me, only for certain hours of the day. I could not even get up to go to the bathroom by myself. I could not see straight. I could not speak. I was puking. I did not have anything to eat and or drink for 4 days straight, not even through the feeding tube. 4 days straight, morning and night. I was throwing up and throwing up. I'm very traumatized from it. I'm still reeling from it. It was horrific, to say the least. Yeah, goose from it. It was, I don't even know how to say what that was like. And I come out of the hospital clearly very, very sick and traumatized. And I wasn't supposed to be left alone by myself because of the spinal fluid leak. And anyway, so my mom stayed with me the first night that I was out, and they're like, listen, if you're gonna stay with her, that's fine, but don't like leave her. You need to, someone needs to be there. So anyways, I find out, so multiple things going on here.
Yeah.
And I find out that while I was going through something horrifically traumatic and painful, he not only was cheating on me the entire time we had been together, but specifically while I was in the hospital. While I was in the hospital, that I could not even, was having to use a bedpan, could not use the bathroom by myself, where men were having to, like, CNAs were having to lift me up and help me. Anyways, hand me wipes to wipe in front of me because I was falling over and puking. It was awful. Anyways, he was cheating on me. Yay! Stand-up guy. So yeah. So he was cheating on me while I was in the hospital during that time. Bad times. So then I won't even go into it, but just know that it got worse. It gets worse. Like that's not even the straw that broke the camel's back.
Maddie was just like your first Valentine, consoling him after all this came to light. You were like, oh my god, you feel bad because you cheated on me while I was in the hospital. It's okay, I'll take care of you.
Like, I was like, what are you doing? I was just so sick. I was so sick, and I was in so much pain, and I don't have many people in my life, and I was so, like, my brain, spinal fluid leaks, fuck with you, just point blank, and I had just spent so much time with this individual. Imagine
so much of COVID with him. He was like
the entire time we quarantined together.
Except when he was quarantining with me.
Yeah, except for when, so he literally, he bounced from one chronically, you have to think, one chronically ill girl to the next. Someone likes a power play. Anyways,
or a girl who can't leave the house.
Yeah. What's more convenient, so you can keep someone in the privacy but continue to do what you're doing out in the world. Anyways, who cares? He's a scrub. We're not doing that in this best possible timeline. And anyways, so that was how that guy and I ended. Well, that's not really how it ended. It ended in a dumpster fire. Like,
it got much worse.
It got so much worse. I can't tell you, but it got so much worse, even more traumatic and devastating. And then that is when Yvette and I got back into contact, because we had been in contact for,
because he was like lying about me.
He he was saying some beyond not okay things that
because I had stopped talking to him because I didn't like the way he was treating you.
So just so you guys know, Yvette stopped talking to this scrub
Like a year ago.
Over a year ago,
Yeah.
like almost a year and a half ago. The moment really very quickly after this guy and I started our dynamic, Yvette she said, "What are you doing with this scrub?" That's the first thing she said was, "What are you doing with this scrub? What are you doing?" No. And she didn't like the way that he was treating me, and she stopped contact with him. So even before Yvette and I were really good friends, she had enough respect for me as a person to go, nah.
Yeah.
And their friendship got cut, but not because he was in another dynamic. She could have given a shit less about that. It was about his lack of
care and
concern and humanity.
Yeah.
And human decency. And so Yvette and I have known each other the entire time, like, that I was with this guy. But, you know, you kind of, when certain things are being whispered into one's ear, there's kind of a wall. And then when Scrub and I no longer were together, Yvette and I came into the best possible timeline together.
Well, because we still talked.
Yeah, we did.
Imagine it was mostly about health stuff.
Yeah, it was about health stuff. We lightly kept up with each other and stayed in light contact. Anyways, she's been the best boyfriend I've never had.
We have been together, yeah.
Yeah. We have very different personalities, but very similar personalities and things that we value, and we share a wonderful, great sense of humor that we both thoroughly enjoy and love, and multiple other things, but we both enjoy humor a lot. Other people may not enjoy it. But we have a great time. Yvette and I have a great time. So anyways, that's a fun little Valentine's Day story that we've spent a Valentine's Day with the same creature before. So yeah.
So first I spent Valentine's with him, then you spent Valentine's Day with him, and now that we're in the best possible timeline, we're finally spending Valentine's Day together.
Finally spending Valentine's Day together. Yeah, but even though last year I had sent you flowers on Valentine's Day. So if that just goes to show, like, we did have contact, and we've stayed in contact. It just wasn't as close.
So I told him, you should be nicer to Maddie. And so he told you, Yvette is abusive.
You did. And I'll never forget saying, listen, if she's so abusive, why do you keep trying to talk to her? Anyways, you guys, I wish that we could tell the entire thing. Maybe one day we'll tell the full story and it will all seem to click. But that is just a little bit of imagery as to
that's the backdrop for this.
Yeah. And so anyways, we basically met on a dating app in a roundabout way.
Best thing that's ever come
out of a dating app.
For sure.
So yeah, exactly. So for everyone that thinks Yvette and I are dating, we're not dating. We're not, but she is the best boyfriend that I've ever had.
Yeah, likewise.
Yeah. And she is my Valentine. But
Yeah.
So anyways, people ask that often, and I'm just like,
if you and your friend are lesbians, are you really?
Are you even best friends? Are you even? Are you even? This is true. We just had a wonderful vacation together and it was so much fun.
It was so much fun.
We had so much fun. Yeah. We're hoping that some bigger creative video content and ideas and plans will be coming soon, to say the least. So that's exciting.
We shot a lot while we were there.
Oh my god, we shot so much.
And we had so much fun, and it was so funny.
It was so funny.
So we can't wait to share that.
Yeah, we can't wait to share that. Yeah.
That'll be fun.
We just had our first fight and we just broke up. Anyways, listen, baby. Yvette's and it's just me and you. Do you guys hear a fly? Do you guys hear a fly? Do you? Hey, sweet puppy Chalk. Do you hear a fly?
It's my dog.
Chalk, a fly just said that they own you. I think you should tell that bitch. No, you don't. That's what I think. Oh,
I'm just saying.
My bra just got so messed up. I'm so sorry. It's okay. Sometimes it be like that.
Maybe that's like instant karma.
I do believe in karma. I do. And karma is a bitch. Or they are bitches. They are bitches to say the least.
It was what? Okay.
Do I have to explain? Karma's a bitch. And then I looked at you and I said, they are bitches. They are. And then I looked at the camera.
Okay. To be fair, I have always felt like I have like a Kali energy. She's the Hindu goddess of I think they call her like the destroyer. And she's
in here to destroy you. Do you know what I just quoted?
No.
Eminem.
Okay.
Okay, go ahead.
Sorry, familiar. Anyway, I've always felt like I have a karmic thing about me. Like I am kind of karma. Like you will get whatever you put into me. So, for example, my ex who like saved me when I was in Chicago and dying, he now lives in New York with a beautiful wife. And the ex that we share lives at his parents' house and hasn't worked it over here. I'm just saying. So yeah, it's just a furthering of that Kali karma dharma that I have.
I believe that to be true.
Yeah.
Can you pay my bills?
Can you pay my automobile bills?
No. Can you pay my telephone bills? Can you pay my automobile bills? Maybe then we can chill. I don't think you do. So you and me are through.
Yeah, so good story.
Yeah.
That was a good Maddie story. Usually your stories are really depressing. That one had its ups and downs.
Yeah. I thought you were talking about Maddie. There's different meanings for a Maddie story. And everyone knows I am here, then I'm there, then I'm there, then I'm here, then I'm everywhere. Or I'm just brain fogged and I never get to the point.
That's one Maddie story, yeah.
That's a Maddie story.
But also...
Or I tell half-assed stories and then I'm like...
What am I talking about, right? Yeah.
No,
that's
one. So I'll tell a story and then I'm like, so what you think? And then you're like, that's the worst story I've ever heard. That's awful. Why did you even decide to open your mouth today?
Oh, and then you've got the really dark late night stories.
And then I have dark. Then I got some dark stories.
Yeah, those are fun.
Yeah, those are really fun. Those are so fun.
Yeah. Oh, yeah. My nose is I don't know how to sure it's supposed to work.
You're gonna make me
it's
feel
such
cute.
You're welcome.
You're welcome. You're welcome, everyone. Ladies and gentlemen, happy Valentine's Day. Happy Valentine's Day. I feel like Yvette and I should draw a card for you. I got this wonderful archetypes deck. This wonderful archetypes deck. While we're on vacation at this lovely store. And
this deck is perfect for Maddie.
it's perfect. Yeah, you might think, Maddie, this is really colorful for you. Good job. But look, number one, I've always wanted a snake tattooed on me, but I'm horrified of snakes, and all of my nightmares are about snakes anyways. And I don't really like them, but I've always wanted one, and I feel called to put one on the side of my head.
Okay.
Did you like the carbonated water? Stop talking. Anyway, so you might be thinking, wow, Maddie, so much color. But look,
It starts to get black and white.
it starts to go.
And then it's like full Maddie.
Hey, do you think that your relative, the one that I'm thinking of, will buy me a diamond ring that looks like this? Do you think?
Well, your card's right.
Do you think you will? Maybe.
A girl can dream.
A girl can dream. Okay, look at these cards. Oh God, that was very close. So, I think that we should both feel it out and whatever maybe.
Look at how perfect they are.
Look at how perfect they are. So,
Black and white, yeah, it's pretty exciting.
I would love for us to draw one for you too, maybe. So this is some guidance on your love life. Maybe you have a specific question in mind that this card can give you some insight to, but we're gonna go for predominantly on the topic of love life.
Are we each gonna pull a card? Or
I feel like maybe we can pick one.
like jointly pick a
I
card?
already.
I could go
I
with
feel that. I very oddly my entire life have been able to do this. Since I was a child on tests, and it was multiple choice. It would be A, B, C, D, and I would close my eyes and I would feel over them, and whichever one I felt the most energy towards, I would pick, and that's how I would get them
apparently
right.
how she
That's how I would get them right. And of course, it didn't happen all the time. So this is your card. The poet.
It already feels romantic.
Okay, the poet.
What's the Roman numeral?
VII. And these cards are just beautiful. It's such a beautiful deck. Okay.
Oh, this is exciting. I like this card. I feel like I'm going to accept this as my future romance card. Thank you,
Okay,
Maddie.
let's hear it.
The poet, the artist, the witness, the truth teller. The poet's work is to feel immensely and not be afraid. They must seek out truth in the darkest corners of the world and carry it back for all to see. This unique capacity resides within all of us, regardless of our relationship to creativity. When the poet energy is present, there is a call for deep honesty and reflection, for seeing the big picture within the little one. The poet resides effortlessly between the personal and the universal. It's possible that others may not seem to listen to or care about the poet's work, but do not be discouraged. The words of the poet ring true for centuries to come, soothing the wounds of despair and violence that captivate our world. The poet's work is never finished. Find your voice and trust that the wind will carry you. When light, clairvoyant, wise, timeless, Most likely there is a poem or poet that was meaningful to you at a young age. Revisit and reread it now. Be open to its message. The poet is related to the shaman and the bridge. We pulled the bridge.
We pulled the bridge, yeah.
These archetypes hover in the meeting place between everyday and the secret. Nice.
I think that's really lovely, and I think that can be interpreted in so many different ways. And so
I think it's from me. Tell me you can't see it.
Yeah.
The truth teller.
Yeah.
Feel immensely. Come back with a message.
But I like that the unique capacity resides within us all, regardless of our relationship to creativity.
Did you just say I'm not creative?
You said it.
No, this isn't about Maddie, okay? She's obviously a cut. We're not gonna listen to anymore because she just said I wasn't creative. And so I'm looking for a new best friend.
No, baby, listen, baby. I didn't say it, you did. You said that.
I'm pretty sure you just, but no.
You said that, you said her, you said I am not creative.
Because I was like, this is me, and you were like, yeah, because you don't have to be creative.
No, I didn't.
You heard
someone
right.
play it back. I didn't say that. Stop gaslighting me. And the cards smell so yummy, but they smell like the sage parsley that we burned that today. Yeah, they smell so much like sage. It's okay.
Is it from the same level as smelling cards? Oh yeah. But they came smelling really good.
They smell good, but yeah,
now they smell
definitely
good
smell
sage.
like good and sage.
Fun.
Okay, yeah, that was lovely. Thanks for rating that. That was really good. I hope that you guys enjoyed. That was Yvette and I's love story. It's so romantic.
I mean, that was like the prequel to the love story.
It was the prequel.
Yeah.
It was the prequel, and now we're in the best possible timeline.
Right.
And it just goes to show sometimes out of beyond shitty traumatizing situations, beautiful things can come out of really yucky things. So if you feel stuck in something so yucky right now, I'm so sorry that you're feeling that. And I know that's so heavy. I know that storm is so heavy, and your friend Maddie and your friend Yvette are so here for you. And we're really glad that you spent some time with us today. And if there is a story that you want to share on any love that you appreciate today, and if there isn't, that's okay too. If you genuinely are like, listen, bitches, there's no love that I appreciate. I hear you. But I also want to say, I love you and I appreciate you. And I just want to acknowledge that, like, the relationship you and I have is a relationship. It is a dynamic. It's a dynamic. We are in a relationship together. We are. I promise I'm not crazy or delusional. Actually, no, I might be a little bit. But not me talking about fictional relationships and vampires at the beginning of the video. I promise I'm crazy. I promise I'm not crazy. I promise I'm not crazy. Both. By the way, my hair isn't short, by the way. It's that my layers, that's my shortest layer, but it's been over my shoulder. People seem to think that I got a haircut. Anyways, but I just want to acknowledge that I love our friendship and our connection and our relationship, and I appreciate you showing up here and spending time with me, and vice versa. And
a good friend is worth so much more than a bad boyfriend.
100%, and I truly would rather go so many years with not needing fulfilled, not filling my cup. Although even there's always something to learn, there's always something to take within relationships. So that's also to say. But I also want to say that even I think we think that friendships have to be so many friendships, and that's what we aim for. When if you have a few good friends, that's really valuable too. Although even relationships that I've had that are yuck, like with Creature McCreaturton over here, I don't regret it. I don't regret it by any means.
You've learned a lot.
I've learned so much. I came to have the best boyfriend that I've ever had. There's just a lot to have gained. There was a lot lost. There was a lot of mourning and devastation, and not to say there were never happy moments.
Right. He was good. He served a purpose.
He did serve a purpose. He did serve a purpose.
He kept you company during lockdown and basically almost
even though it wasn't authentic company, which feels so yuck. Like, I can't even tell you what that's like to be chronically ill and not have many relationships and human interaction in your life, and for that to be like a false reality, basically. That's really yuck. But anyways, I don't.
It's another